Welcome back to another scene, into another day. Welcome back to another episode in which we are probably going to rant for over 30 minutes, maybe not. Who knows what's gonna happen? Because I don't know, you don't know. Nobody truly knows what's gonna happen in the next episode of the lives of everyone's lives. Nobody knows what's going to happen and how it's gonna transpire, how it's gonna transpire in a perfect line, a perfect system and series of events and eventual mishaps and happenings. It's all a a part of an unequal yet equal. It's a part. It's a part of an rhythmical, musical symphony, soliloquy. It's all a part of a song. It's all a part of a musical that doesn't always match with what's happening. It's all unhappening. It's to put it simply, it's quite of a mess. It's quite a mess. It's messier than all of the stress that we all have combined into one tiny little head. It is a la 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 large mess, but we're not gonna pay attention to it. It's a huge mess, and I know that it'll probably be. It'll probably contribute to another event that is unraveling, an event we can't quite decipher or know about all of these specific series of events after and we don't know, we can't perfectly predict everything, every line, every word spoken per word and per person. We can, but I'll tell you what we can do. Welcome back to the freeze. Sorry if I just broke your ears once again. But, like I said, already, welcome back to the FREESE. Holy. Are y'all ready? We're gonna level up some more teams today. Because everybody loves that, right? I mean, absolutely no one is bored of leveling up multiple teams, right? Surely not. No. Surely not. Alright. Let's level up these folks. Actually, uh, uh, okay. Well, wasn't that very interesting? Alrighty. Huh. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, yeah, so welcome back to the Freeze. You know, since last episode just had so much ranting and I forgot how much I love to rant in this series, I decided, if I didn't already mention this last episode, that the next few episodes are going to be based around me ranting about topics that I really want to talk about. And so yesterday, I talked about clip channels, or last episode, if you will. I talked about clip channels and YouTube, and how some clip channels are cool and clip channels are not. I talked about YouTube Shorts. I talked about some creators that I like that are on YouTube Shorts. And I linked them in the description, by the way. That description took, like, a long time to make, because I make all my descriptions. Guys, if you don't know this entire series is recorded on one phone. Well, on phones, more like, because, I've broken some over the past 1,000 episodes. And so I actually upload all these episodes from my phone, and I type the descriptions and add them to the playlist via my phone and everything. If there's any, like, outside work that has to do with the playlist, I do it on my computer, but all of the descriptions I do for this series are on this phone. And, we're not even, yeah. So, yeah, just know that yesterday's thumbnail took a little longer than it should have. And it's not because I had to look up the names of the people. No. That's not why. That was the easy part. That was the fun part, because then I got to watch some more other content. No, that wasn't the problem, folks. The problem was, see, I was a bit of a dumb, and I kept on erasing the progress of, like, uploading the video. So when you go to upload a video on the phone, it brings up your camera roll, or, like, your video camera roll, and you have to pick which video you want to upload. And then once you've picked it, you can add the title and the playlist and all this kind of stuff. And the thing is that if you exit out of the app, if you exit out of YouTube after you started to upload, or after you're, like, in the uploading, like, on the page in which you're editing the video, like editing the title and all that, and you haven't uploaded it yet, if you exit out of YouTube and then you go back in, it's fine. It'll still be there. But if you exit out of YouTube and then you click on a link that goes to YouTube, it will send you to the YouTube app and destroy all of your all of the progress that you've done when uploading that video, or when editing that video. And so that's what happened to me. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that yesterday I talked about all that kind of stuff, and today, or not today, but after that, I thought, hey, since I want to rant stuff I really feel like talking about, I should probably be talking about stuff more related to Memoria Freese, like anime and all that kind of stuff. And more importantly, animators, anime creators, manga artists, all that kind of stuff, and how some of them how a lot of them really, I should say, aren't getting paid the amount they should be paid. Does that make sense? But I don't want to talk about that now. I don't want to talk about that in this episode because I don't know a lot of information about it. Because I heard about it a while back, and then I've kept on hearing about it, especially prominently throughout this year. And so I don't want to start talking about a subject that I don't 100% understand, because I could easily say that these people are bad for not doing this for these people, and this and that. But I don't want to say anything yet. I don't want to make any accusations without evidence or anything. So, look, all I'm saying is that if you thought last episode was controversial, holy shitster sister, freaking, and the episode in which I talk about animators and freaking low pay wages and whatnot, oh my god. Yo, I'm gonna get canceled for that, and I'm not even freaking famous on the platform, folks. I'm gonna get canceled in 2 seconds. But hey, it's worth it. So, for this episode, I am here to rant about well, I mean, this is really minor, but yeah, okay, you know, it's really minor, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. Because YouTube Shorts was like a pretty, it was a YouTube Shorts, and like saying, oh yeah, like these like clip channels who keep on copying stuff off other clip channels is bad and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's normal. A bunch of people have talked about that. That's not new information. That's not like groundbreaking information. No one's gonna get freaking thrown in jail or anything for doing that. And neither what I'm about to talk about is either. But what I'm about to talk about is, I don't know, it's slightly more interesting, probably not, but it is definitely something worth talking about. So, we love video games. I say we. But I don't know if everyone out there, you know, watching me playing this video game, plays video games and loves video games. But I'm just gonna assume that if you're watching this, you enjoy video games to a certain extent. So, we all enjoy video games. And some of the video games that we enjoy are really, really interesting. They have really good story, really good graphics, really good everything. And it's really interesting because, you know, video games really like shape, like, not us entirely, but they shape, They contribute to our lives, I feel. I feel like video games, or some video games, can really teach people some valuable lessons. I'm not saying that I could survive, I'm not saying that, you know, playing a video game will help you survive frickin' COVID. I mean, actually, probably. I'm not saying that playing video games will help you survive the zombie although... Okay, look, I'm not saying that frickin' playing video games can frickin' solve every problem ever. But my point is, okay, you know what, video games are great, alright? They help people, they comfort people. For example, Animal Crossing. You know, Animal Crossing helped a lot of people in the beginning of quarantine. I mean, people probably, like, sunk, like, over 900 hours into that game. I only sunk in freaking 95, because I bought the game, I played it for, like, 30 hours, and then I was like, yup, I'm out. I'm playing Minecraft for, like, 13 years. And that's what I did. And then I got back to Animal Crossing, only to learn that everyone's fucking bored of it, because they haven't added any updates. And I'm out here being like, yo, but I haven't even finished the game. Like, I've only just started my town, and I started my town back in May, my guy. Not last year May, this May. And so, it's just funny, right? But yeah, some games are comforting, some games aren't comforting, some games are intriguing, some games are fun, you get to play with your friends. My point is, video games are awesome, alright? They help people, help society. People have different perspectives of them. Whatever, you have the right to your own opinion. But what we're going to be talking about today, although it is related, or not related, it is freaking video games. Okay. We're going to be talking about collector's editions. Alright, now I think I may have talked about collector's editions at some point, maybe 20 episodes ago, when I was deciding whether to get the Danganronpa Decadence collector's edition. And then I said that I wasn't going to get it. And I think I might have talked about, how I saw a video on all that kind of stuff. And maybe I ranted about that in that video. But if I didn't, I'm ranting about it here. And if I did, well, then you're getting a more in-depth analysis, or a more in-depth rant about that. So if you don't know what collector's editions are, they're basically, you get the game, right? So collector's editions are, let's say your favorite game is Undertale, right? Great game, great story, a great story, great, everything. And then a collector's edition, and a collector's edition comes out. And a collector's edition is basically like a pack of a bunch of different stuff. Like, you get the game, you get the core game. You get soundtracks. You can get cards. Maybe a plushie or something. Maybe a necklace. It's just a bundle of a bunch of stuff related to the game, plus the game, for a certain console, whether that be for the PS4, the PS5, Xbox. I don't know what platforms Undertale is on, except for PC and PlayStation and Switch. But yeah, collector's editions basically come with a bunch of different goodies related to the game. And collector's editions usually cost around what is it, 100? They're usually in the hundreds, 100 to 190. They're more. I think the cap is at 130. Although I've seen some collector's editions go for 300 at a time. But that's a different story. And so, collector's editions, if you really like a game, and, and you want, extra stuff, because you love that game so much, collector's editions are great. For example, I didn't really get into Ni no Kuni all that much, probably because I haven't played it in a long time. But a few years ago, I went to a GameStop, and I saw that they had a collector's edition, or the Ultimate Edition, for Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, I think it was called. And the collector's edition for that was absolutely mental. I didn't see what was in there, but the freaking box was massive. The box for that freaking thing was absolutely ginormous. And so I'm sure there could have been a billion things in there. And so that was really cool. But the thing about collector's editions, right, is that they're cool for people who really enjoy the game and they want more from the game. But the thing that sucks about collector's editions is that collector's editions don't always know how to do their collector's editions. An example of this, oh god, what's an example of a bad collector's edition? Honestly, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, Danganronpa Decadence, dude. Danganronpa Decadence Collector's Edition is probably the best option I can give when saying it's probably one of the worst ones that I've seen. Because now look, I love Danganronpa, right? I mean, I practically binged like all four games if you count freaking Ultra Despair Girls. I binged all of those freaking games because freaking Bijou Mike played them. I binged them within like a month. They were so entertaining. I was so immersed in the story and everything. I even watched Game Grumps play it, the first game, and then I had to rewatch freaking the first game. But my point is that I really, really enjoyed that series. And when I heard that it was coming out on the Switch, and it was also getting a collector's edition, I'm like, yo, that's awesome. Like, I'm going to be able to get so much stuff, and it's going to be so rad. And then, that's when I learned, like, after it was announced, it said, like, oh yeah, the game, like, the core game, without the collector's edition, is going to be $60. And with the collector's edition, it's going to be like $100. Yeah, I think it was like, yeah, just $100. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, okay, well, I definitely have to get the collector's edition. Because, like, that's going to be awesome. But here's the problem with the collector's edition. The collector's edition, like, because look, Danganronpa has a very massive following, a very dedicated following, and a following that keeps on growing. I mean, the freaking first game came out like 10 years ago. Maybe even 11 at this point, I think, or like close to 11. It's a freaking decade-old long game. It's like Minecraft because it's been out for like 10 years. And so yeah, it's been out for a long time. It's amassed a large fan base, and you'd think that for such a large fan base and for such a largely popular game, even popular this year, 2021, 10 years after the first game was released, you'd think that the collector's edition would be chock full of goodies, like freaking plushies, the soundtrack for all three games, what else? Freaking posters, an art book, I'm trying to think what else. Like, I don't know, like a necklace. I forget what's, like, important items in the Danganronpa. Like a Monokuma plushie. Frickin', I don't know. Like, maybe the student files for Hope Speak Academy. Like for Trippy Happy Havoc. Like, all the student files in the headmaster's office. Like, maybe that, you could have added that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they could have added. But no, they just decided, and look, alright, they just decided to add, 10 remixed tracks, which is great, 10 remixed tracks, that's awesome, like that's very exciting. I'm very excited to listen to the 10 remixed tracks, when they're uploaded onto YouTube, because somebody's going to buy, the collector's edition. Some people have bought the collector's edition, and they will post the remix songs onto YouTube for everybody to hear, without paying like the $100. And I'm sure that will be awesome. But let me continue. So it's 10 remixes, or not 10 remixes, sorry. 10... Sorry, it's 5 or 10 tracks that are remixed, right? And then after that, it's like 3 of these cards. Yeah, like, those 3D cards that, like, if you look at it a certain direction, it's like one color, or it's not like one color, but it shows, like, people looking at you. I don't know. it's like it's a 3D freaking bookmark or card. I forget what you call it. There's a proper name for it, but I forget what it is. But yeah, those, it comes with 3 of those. It comes with a poster. The poster is really, really cool. But at the end of the day, like, dude, my grandma, right? My grandma lives next to this, like, printing place, where she lives. And she can easily print that out. Like, she can easily print that poster out, from there. And I can get it for, like, $3 instead of having to pay freaking $100 for that poster, right? And, I mean, again, the poster looks awesome. And then the other, and I think the only other thing there is just, like, a metal case for the game. And then that's it. Posters, some cards, a metal case for the game, and then the soundtrack. And that's it. I'm not even kidding. That's it. That's all there is. Unless I'm missing, like, 1 or 2 things, that's basically it. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh, dude, that's so cool. I definitely want to get that. But then I realized, like, no, I don't want to get that. And the reason why I realized, the reason why I came to the decision of, no, I don't want to get that, is not just because I saw a freaking Scott the Woz video talking about how some collector's editions aren't that good. But it was because when I looked at other collector's editions compared to the Danganronpa one, that were a little bit more expensive but had a lot more in them, I thought to myself, I'd rather get Hollow Knight for a 3rd time than get Danganronpa Collector's Edition. Because if you don't know, right, Hollow Knight has this beautiful, absolutely magnificent Collector's Edition, which, like, opens up like a freaking butterfly or whatever. Like, the case opens up like a butterfly. I forget exactly what it has, but it looks spectacular. And the same thing goes for Ori and the Blind Forest, or like Ori the Collection. It has, like, both games. It has a lot of cool stuff. It also opens up like the Hollow Knight one. They probably stole it from that, but we're not talking about that. Freaking the Undertale Collector's Edition looks absolutely baller. It looks so cool. I haven't, like, seen the specifics in a while, but they look so cool. And sure, they cost $150. Sure, they may cost $200. But they look like they have so much more than the Danganronpa one. And the point I'm trying to get to here is that collector's editions should be done right. That there should be a place where collector's editions can be done right. Because, you know, if a game like Danganronpa, if a game like Subnautica would get a collector's edition, like, especially with Subnautica, you would expect Subnautica to have, like, a collector's edition. You'd probably want, like, an encyclopedia, or, like, a freaking, not an encyclopedia. You would want, like, a whole database or a whole book talking about, like, all the Leviathans in the game. Like, you'd probably want, like, a whole, I forget what you call it, like a, what do you call it? Like a dictionary? Not a dictionary. Like a, I forgot, it's a, like a codex, I think it is. I think that's what you call it. Like a codex full of, like, all of the Leviathans and creatures in Subnautica, and all the different story, and all that kind of stuff. And then, like, maybe the map of the world, and all that. And then, you know, that could be a collector's edition. Like, add maybe, like, a plushie or two, a huge book, art book, like a lot of books, maybe a poster, and, I don't know, freaking, like, a seal or whatever, I don't know. And there you go, you got your collector's edition, $125, $150, perfect. Right? And that's great. I really think that there should be, I mean, I'm sure there already is, but I think it needs, I think if collector's editions are to keep on coming out, for certain games, especially, like, especially the games that people are really into these days, which, I mean, I don't really know what the games are that people are into, but you get the point. Like, if another huge game like Undertale, or a huge game like Danganronpa, or a huge game, like Hollow Knight, Ori and the Blind Forest, and, what was the other one? Not Persona, freaking, no, yeah, all of those. It would probably have to, it has to be just impeccable. It would have to be incredible. Like, it can't be the bare minimum. If you're gonna, look, if you know your game, look, if you are a developer, right? If you are a developer and you know your game is incredible, and you know that the audience that you made your game for is incredible and absolutely loves your game and celebrates it and has continued to celebrate it, and you want to make a collector's edition, don't just give people like 3 things. You know, maybe like run a poll, all right? Maybe ask like a third party, you know, and tell them to play the game, and then ask for their input, if people don't already do that, if companies don't already do that. Like, genuinely, I think that just should be common things. You know, are you understanding what this whole rant is about, folks? I'm just saying that if you want to be able to make, if you are a developer and you want to make a collector's edition for your game, depending on how much people like it, then, you know, try, alright? I mean, not try, but, like, do the best you can for your fans. And so, this is really a message for the developers of popular games out there. If you want to make a collector's edition, just try your hardest, man. Or like freaking call up a company. I'm sure there's companies out there, that can literally help you out with making collector's editions, and even freaking ship the damn things. Even though freaking Amazon already has that covered. And so yeah, just do that, man. Just do that. And so that's my rant on collector's editions. Is that some of them are really, really good, some of them are really bad. A.e. Danganronpa, and I'm making it sound like Danganronpa is the only bad collector's edition, but no, there is others that aren't. There are other collector's editions that are bad. It's just I didn't do enough research for this rant. Look, I really, half of these rants are just freestyle, and some of them are using information that I've learned from other videos that I've watched. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what else to say besides, look, I love collector's editions, I love games, but, they need to get better. Alright? I haven't gotten a collector's edition yet, and I probably never will. And if I am, it'll have to be way better than frickin' Danganronpa, dude. I genuinely think, like, if in the future, the Danganronpa devs, or whatever, decide to do a larger collector's edition, like maybe when a new game comes out besides freaking Ultimate Summer Camp, like if they decide to do a Danganronpa pack, which includes the 3 games, which includes Ultra Despair Girls, which includes Summer Camp, maybe a new game, maybe 2 new games, and then want to put that into a collector's edition, which has like a bunch of freaking cool stuff, like a Monokuma plushie, art books, all that kind of stuff, I'd buy that. That's a solid $150 freaking collector's edition. I'd buy that, right? But for right now, I'm not. Nah. And also, I'd probably get the freaking Undertale collector's edition. But since I already have the game on like every single device in this house, I don't want to. Because then I'd just be wasting money at this point. One collector's edition that I've actually been eyeing for a while is Ori and the Blind Forest collection, because I heard about that game years ago, and Dan Bull made a rap on one of the games, and I thought it was really, really good. I learned the lyrics, freaking bought that thing on Google Play Music when I was like, 15? Just like a freaking child, right? And I loved it, man. I loved it. I never watched the games. I never knew the story, mostly because, I never really watched the story or cared for it. But now that there's a collector's edition for it coming out on the Switch, I'm probably going to get that, especially since it is $50. So yeah, I'm gonna probably do that. And yeah, that's my whole spiel on collector's editions. That is my rant for the episode. Almost the same length as last episode. With that like 10-minute beginning, with like a 10-minute start and then a 30-minute part being the rant. So yeah, there is there is my rant for the episode, for the evening, if you will. I am now going to get to work on plot stuff. I thought long and hard about what I want to do for plot. I thought long and hard about what I want to do today. Because last episode I said that if I work hard enough, I could probably get all my, I could probably finish and wrap up all of the work for, I keep on thinking frickin' Stardust Crusaders. I could finish up all the work for, Basketball Crusades, by the end of the day. And I genuinely think I can, but I just have to I just have to stop playing this video game, man. So, now that I've stopped playing the video game, thank y'all for watching another episode of Dungeon de Alma To Memoria Freese Y4. Oh, these have been some good episodes. Last episode of this episode have been some good episodes. I like it. I'm enjoying it, guys. Next episode, I probably won't talk about the whole animator stuff yet. I'll probably do that in like 2 episodes, but in tomorrow's episode, I think I might talk about, man, how can you go even deeper than freaking collector's editions? Do I talk about Twitch? Do I talk about Twitch? Actually, you know what I think? Now that I think about it, I actually have bought a collector's edition before. But it was a very minor one. How do I forget this? Yeah, dude, I actually got a collector's edition a few years ago. I got the collector's edition for Our World Has Ended. Which came with like a... Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, I want to say this real quick. Our World Has Ended has... Look, I never finished the game. It has a very sus art book. With some of the pictures. Some of the pictures are beautiful. Some of them are very sus. But from what I've seen in my entire life, Your World Has Ended art book is probably one of the best art books that I've gotten in a collector's edition. As this is speaking from one person who has only gotten one collector's edition in their entire life. But yeah, Our World Has Ended is probably like that has the best art book that I've seen so far. Especially for the price that Our World Has Ended freaking limited edition was. It was like, what, $70? It was like 10 extra for the art book. It's super cool. It's so cool.
And it has like so much detail and everything. Anyway, now that I've talked about all that, thank y'all for watching episode 9 でまたまの間違っているだろう。To Memoria Freese Y4 and do me a favor and hit it. Pew, 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 pew. 月と風開花の思い出悪魔と天使の神闇の家族数年間イライラする終わりがないことそれでも彼らは休します花が咲く